They drove toward the Sampson house. In the house, Celia was pleading for mercy for Jean. "Dad, you have to help Chase. He's not like what the police are saying. He was set up. You have to call and ask the police to release him." Jean was furious. "He's not that kind of person." "What kind of person do you mean?" "I already knew that piece of was useless, but now he's disgracing the entire Sampson family." Patricia added, "That piece of what he did will ruin the family's reputation. Celia, this time you have to divorce this." She was begging them to understand while her parents were cursing vehemently. As Tim walked up to the house, he overheard the discussion and his face turned extremely ugly. Chase's father-in-law and mother-in-law were really bold. "Do you want me to teach them a lesson?" Tim asked. Chase quickly waved his hand. "Let's just go and talk with them. You have to help me prove my innocence." "Yes, sir." Tim nodded in agreement, but his face was still angry. At that moment, they pushed open the door. The noise in the room stopped abruptly as everyone stared at Chase. Instantly, Celia's tears began to flow. She leapt towards her husband and hugged him. "Love, you're back." "Chase?" Patricia's eyes were also full of surprise, but then she immediately changed her expression and scolded loudly. "You have some nerve to come back here, you... You're a disgrace to our family." Chase consoled his wife as he explained to Patricia. "Mrs. Sampson, I was wrongly accused. The police already investigated everything and set me free." "Wrongly accused? You have some nerve to say you're innocent," she continued to rant. "Assaulting women is the lowest of crimes, and you're the lowest person in this entire family. I think you should be locked up for the rest of your life." Chase frowned and fought the rising anger. "I already said that I was exonerated. Why are you still getting on my case?" Patricia wanted to say more, but Tim finally spoke up. "Mrs. Sampson, your son-in-law has indeed been set up. I was there during the investigation, so I saw it clearly." She finally looked at him. Tim wasn't wearing a suit. He looked like a normal person. She couldn't help but ask, "Who are you?" "Tim Sanders," he calmly replied. Patricia had never seen him before. She wasn't convinced. "You can't be Tim Sanders. Where did you find this old thing?" Celia was really shocked when she heard that and quickly went over to hold her mother back. "Mom, don't say that. That really is Tim Sanders, the richest man in Laudervale." "Really?" Patricia snorted and looked up the man up and down, eyes full of disbelief. "How does that Chase know the wealthiest man in town? No way." She waved her hand to chase the impostor away. "Why are all these liars coming into my home to trick me? Any old man you pick off the street can claim to be the richest man in the city. Hurry up and get lost before I call the police." "Mom, he really is Mr. Sanders. I've seen him before." "Come on." Patricia continued living in her own world. "This old thing came here with Chase. He's probably some homeless guy Chase recruited from behind the hospital." However, at this moment, a piece of news appeared on TV. The largest police academy in the history of Laudervale was going to be built thanks to Tim Sanders' donation. There were photos of the man himself. "Hey, look." Jean tugged at his wife's sleeve and said in horror, "This guy really does look like Tim Sanders." Patricia also saw the news. She looked back and forth between the photo and the man himself many times. She had finally confirmed Tim's true identity, and she was so frightened that she thought her eyes would pop out. Patricia slowly clued in. It was really Tim Sanders, the richest man in Laudervale. He actually came in our house. Oh no. She was frightened out of her mind and suddenly felt dizzy. "It's over. What did I just say?" Realizing she had made a very terrible mistake, Patricia apologized to Tim profusely. "I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry. Don't take what I said personally. I was just spouting nonsense because I was angry at my son-in-law." Tim's expression did not change, but his tone was dissatisfied. I already told you, Mr. Rothman was wronged, so stop insisting otherwise. Yes, yes, yes. She quickly agreed and bowed. You're right. Please sit, please sit. I'll make you a cup of tea. No need. Tim waved his hand. I'm just here to return Chase. I won't be staying for long. However, Patricia forced the teacup into his hand and at the same time kicked at Chase. Chase was just speechless. He understood her shamelessness. He just didn't say anything and was just moved to the side. Patricia led her guest to a seat and curtsied. Mr. Sanders, please stay. Our house is truly blessed. Chase is very lucky to know you. It's true, Tim answered. Mr. Rothman is outstanding. It's an honor to know him. Ah, that's right. She sat beside him and asked, Mr. Sanders, how did you meet our Chase in the first place? In 1 minute, the good-for-nothing became an honored member of the Sampson family. Tim explained what he had thought of long ago. He did me a favor a few years ago and we got to know each other that way. This time when I heard he was wrongly arrested, I stepped in to help him. Oh, interesting. Patricia nodded along as she schemed how to get close to the rich man. Mr. Sanders, if you're friends, then please feel free to come visit us more. I may not have all the looks I once did, but I'm still quite the cook. No matter what, she had to get in on this relationship. Tim forced a smile and replied, We'll see. He got up and said goodbye to everyone. It's quite late, so I won't bother you all any longer. Thank you, though, for your hospitality. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Patricia was overjoyed at these words and repeated them countless times in her heart. Tim couldn't wait to leave as he was only relieved when he sat down in the left. Patricia thought. How luxurious. She immediately rounded on Chase. I didn't expect you to know someone as important as Tim Sanders. Maybe I misjudged you. Quickly, tell Mom how you met him. He was getting a headache from her attitude. No one can really be this petty anymore, right? He thought for a moment and then said, A while ago, I happened to park behind his car on the street. I saw him having a heart attack in the driver's seat, so I called 911 to take him to the hospital. So that's the favor you did him. Patricia stroked her chin as she calculated. You saved his life. Did he give you anything in compensation? When Celia heard this, she was fed up. Mom, seriously, have you ever thought of doing the right thing just because it's the right thing? Don't look at me like that, she responded. A rich man like him would surely return a favor done to him. He has to keep up his reputation. Tell me the truth. How much did he give you? Patricia lowered her voice and leaned in closer to Chase. The more she thought about it, the more she thought she understood. This was how Chase had been able to casually give her $50,000. It was obviously part of a reward given by Tim. Otherwise, how else would a good-for-nothing like Chase be able to take out so much money? Chase slapped his forehead. He never thought that Patricia's one-track mind was truly this one track. She continued, Young man, think about how the Sampson family has provided you for the past few years. You eat and drink on our dime. Think about what you owe us. He was absolutely stunned by his mother-in-law. How shameless was she? He knew that it would be suspicious if he didn't say something fast. Okay, Tim gave me $1 million. Ooh. Patricia's eyes instantly lit up. What a generous man. You know, if you need anybody to manage that money. Chase felt anger grow in his stomach. Celia couldn't stand it any longer. Mom, quit money grubbing. Tim is a friend of ours. Stop talking to him like he's a walking ATM. What do you mean? Patricia glared at her daughter, trying to act innocent and offended. He's my son-in-law, isn't he? We're just having a talk about his friend, a friend who happens to be very, very well off. Celia sighed, not knowing what to say next. Chase took her hand to stop her from talking. He took out his debit card and handed it to her. Patricia smiled brilliantly. That's more like it. Chase was annoyed when he saw the ecstatic look on Patricia's face. This person knew no bounds. They didn't stay long at the Samsung house. After handing over the card, he and Celia quickly left and went home.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.